The Rural Electrification Agency, REA, has briefed journalists in Abuja on its 2023 project implementation report, which has a central core of delivering energy solutions for sustainable development for the country. Here's more details on this report.
In addition to its mandate of ensuring transparency, accountability and public awareness, the Rural Electrification Agency outlined its activities and funding of projects across all the geopolitical zones in Nigeria. Managing Director of the agency, Abal Abubakar, stated at the press briefing that the agency is committed to increasing access to sustainable energy, particularly in underserved areas.
And we are very clear how we intend to do that. 3 million Nigerians will be electrified using the isolated mini-grids, 1.5 million Nigerians with interconnected mini-grids, and about 12.5 million Nigerians with both mesh grid and solar home systems. So this is the second source of funding that we have. The third source of funding is the funding that REA gets from the electricity market. The Act has stipulated that on any fine or levies imposed by the regulator, Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission, in the market should come to REA. And the excess revenue of the regulator should also be, percentage of that should also be given to Rural Electrification Fund.
Executive Director in charge of Technical Services, Umar Abdullahi, highlighted details of the projects and funding being utilized in the 2023 reports.
We have about 5 different types of projects for the 2023. We have the solar mini-grid, solar powered irrigation pumps, solar street light, solar home system, and solar grid extension projects. And just to give you a bit of background as to why this kind of projects, of course the REA, we have the mandate of electrifying unserved and underserved communities. So in cases whereby we have to electrify a community, what we normally do is check what is the distance of this community from the national grid. Where it is less than 10 kilometers, we deploy the grid extension project.
Ours is to have sustainability in that community. The head of the community did inform us that since the beginning of that community, over so many years, I think he said 100 years, they have never seen light. They've never had access to electricity. And we're talking about a community that is not too far from Abuja. So you can imagine those who are in the real rural dwellers, how far away they are and how the energy gap in that place needs our attention.
Executive Director Corporate Service Ayo Adegboyega said technology-based data will be introduced to the system.
We'll be able to track projects in real time. We'll also be able to do a deep dive analysis into our projects and the impact of these projects on the country and on the power access gap that we have in the country.
The consensus among stakeholders was that the initiative will help to strengthen community engagement and reduce theft of equipment within communities.